Hello everybody, welcome to Mark's Remarks, another installment of the videos entitled My Allotment in the playlist. Now, some of you who saw last week will recognise this hugel culture, that's what it's called, hugel culture. If you saw the last video, I dug a foot down, filled it up with branches, twigs, rotten vegetables, wood chips, and now, today I'm going to be putting a little bit more wood chip in there, just to fill it up a bit because it's been settling. And I'm going to put some I'm going to put some grass seeds down, and that way, by the time it's going to have a chance to grow by the time the chickens arrive. I'll show you a little bit. Oh, I've also constructed this. Well, I haven't constructed it. I constructed it years ago. This chicken thing, and reassembled it. I'll show you that as well. Okay, as you might be able to see, I've put 3 wheelbarrows of wood chip down because it's leveled off over the last couple of weeks. Now, I found some grass seeds at the house. I'm going to have to buy some more, but the next step, put a load of grass seeds down. And this'll, according to the box, it'll take, you see the results in 1 week. Okay, so sprinkle these all around. It's going to be a few weeks till I get the chickens in there anyway, but this will keep the moisture under control, and it'll when the grass grows, it'll give something for the chickens to eat also. Some extra free food. Well, I say free food. It costs £1 in Poundland for a box of 250 grams of seeds. Anyway, all right, so sprinkle these down so that we can see that. Okay, now I'll give you a tour of the rest of the site. There we go. There's another view of the chicken run and the hugel culture. This is the chicken. That's the chicken run. That's the chicken house that they'll be living in and being in their shelter that you just saw. The metal frame here I got from the internet somewhere. Been assembling that. That's all metal. That's going to have some wire cage around it, and that's going to be their running around area. They can be in there protected from the vermin and all the rest of it, and they can be safe in their wooden structure at night. There we are. It's 15 foot long. There we are, 15 long, and about 10 foot wide, and about 10 foot in the middle. The thing is, it's a sloping, one of those sloping ones, so it's 6 foot in the middle, gradually gets shorter as you go to the sides. All this looks different than the last time you saw. I had used a cultivator machine. Basically, if you imagine, like in the old days, you had a plow being pulled by a horse. It's kind of like that. Instead of a horse, it's an engine, and the rest of it's pretty much the same. You've got revolving blades, which is dry. It's slightly dried out now, the dirt, or at the moment. But the other couple of days ago, Christ Almighty, it was like thick. It would stick your boots into the ground. I nearly lost my boots a few times. It was that wet. But I spent a few hours going up and down, churning it all up with the cultivator. That's about all I'm going to do. There is an option to flatten it down some more with some finer blades, but I'm not going to bother. The inside the chicken run area, I call that's the run. That's the sort of coop, I guess. I'm pointing to there. That's the coop. Oh, this, by the way, this bed, this platform here, this shelf, is going to have an egg loo. So that's going to be where they sort of lay their eggs. I'm going to build a ramp and some perches for them to go in. So that's where they're going to sort of stay out of the rain and the wind and everything else. That's where they go at night, and then in here during the day. So what I'm going to do is once this is all set up and all ready to rock, okay, I'm going to be throwing some more of those grass seeds. I've got to get some more from Poundland. I'll be throwing those down. That'll keep the wet under control. Because when it gets raining, it's going to turn into sludge. So that's going to keep that under control. It's going to suck up some of the moisture and provide some greenery for them to eat, along with the rest of it, along with their regular grain cabbages and lettuces and whatnot. There's another view. All this area out of the chicken run, that's going to be where I'm growing my veg. That's going to be, a lot of veg, for myself. I'll give some away, potatoes and stuff. And also I'll be growing my own greenery, which I'll be using to feed the chickens. So again, you spend money on the grain, but that's an ongoing thing. It's fairly cheap, but I mean, the chickens need greenery anyway to make a good colour yolk. So, but plus, and it makes the grain go further. So this area is going to have raised beds and flower pots. Because what I'm going to do, I'll put some flower pots in their run area, and I'll put a grill over it, so then they can only nip the few inches that grow above the grill, and that way they won't kill the plant, and the plant stays alive and it keeps on growing. Everlasting food, anyway, so yeah, if you're interested, oh my arm's aching. If you're interested, have a look at my videos entitled "When I Used to Keep Chickens." I did about 3 20-minute videos. I talk about healthcare, feeding the chickens for next to nothing, real cheap, because I'm a tightwad, so I mean, if I can grow it or get it for free, then it beats paying for it. Looking into the sun here. But yeah, I'll be explaining a lot of that in detail as and when I go. You see, I mean, it's all lumpy as hell down here. That's why the big blade. I mean, this was muddy as it's all. I could barely use the cultivator. But now that it's dry, it's a lot. There you go. I can stand on it now. Before I'll be sinking into it. Yeah, there's no reason to flatten this down. This will get flattened down. Eventually, I could have an extra temporary cordoned off this area to let the chickens run in there once under supervision. Let them out of their feeding area over there. Yeah, and they'll kick it all around. They'll flatten it down. There's no point in breaking my neck trying to get all this flat. Anyway, so there's going to be raised beds, flower pots, all kinds of good stuff growing. I'm going to be growing as much as I can. You can see. It's a bit difficult to see. There you go. It's quite a sunny day. Down the sides, and the same on the other side over there. We've got all this area, all to be growing veg. Most of it for the chickens, and like I say, and also there's a homeless shelter opened up near where I live. I'm not sure if they're open for business just yet. They've been building the place for the last few months, but I mean, it looks like they're almost if they're not ready just yet. So some of the veg, like potatoes and carrots and whatnot, I'll be taking over to them, see if they want any of that stuff to help them out. And but no doubt I'll have some extra. So mainly the greenery will be going for the chickens. Cabbage, lettuce. Oh, and I'll show you how to regrow. I've actually done this in the past. It's when you get an old lettuce, probably one that the chickens have finished munching, all right, and then you've got the base that actually gets joined to the ground. You can actually put that in water and some dirt, and it'll start to regrow. They call it regrow, from an old, worn out old. You can do it with cabbage, lettuce, carrots, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, that shelf is another review of the igloo. It's going to go on top of that. It's a big green plastic housing thing. They go in and they can lay their eggs. Okay, what time is it? 9 minutes in. Okay, let's see if I can find something else to talk about. It's still going. This is the view of the hugel culture up close. There you go. Last week I was up in here, up to my knees in a big hole. You saw me slinging in the logs and the wood chips. I don't know if you can, how good this is, but there you go. It's finely chopped wood chip. I put a good amount of grass seeds down, so this will be a nice thick amount of grass because what happened is. When I get the chickens, the igloo, the house, where they lay their eggs will be on that shelf there. I'll put them in, and then in the morning I'll let them out, and it'll be a nice big surprise having a lot of grass here. There'll be their food and water and everything else they need, their grit. But this will be an extra bonus, having some grass on here. I'll leave them in here for about a week, just until they get the idea that this is their home, and then what I'll do, I will open the door, let them out, and this, of course, this will be all fenced off, all the way up here, be fenced off, so that they'll have this 15-foot long by 10-foot wide area to run around in, and and then what they'll do, they'll just put themselves to bed at night in there. What they'll do, follow my finger, I'm going to build a ramp up here like before, up to the shelf. They'll get onto the shelf and then into their igloo. It's a big square plastic structure, specially designed for chickens. There'll be a couple of posts on here to rest on. So no doubt what they'll do, they'll eat all the grass, scratch the hell out of all that. It just give it a bit of extra colour, a bit of extra greenery, because they're going to be in there for a week. Because they have to be in there for a week for them to get established that is their home. If I just give them the whole area, they'll just lay their eggs anywhere where they feel like. But if they get the idea that that is their home and that's where they lay their eggs, that'll take about a week. So then open the door, let them their free run from this, and then that door won't be shut again. I'll just keep it open, and at night they can go in. Of course, down the sides here, I'm going to build a trench. I'm going to put some wire under the ground, so when the foxes, I've been told that foxes, they do. I mean, it's a city and foxes live around. So if they decide to dig down, they'll dig down, meet the mesh, and then they hopefully they won't be bothering with it anymore. Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of a big area that I'm going to be growing. There's the side view. Oh, this like I say, this shelf the igloo. There's going to be a door on here, so I'm going to open the door, have access to the. So there's going to be a wooden door here, and then to the igloo there's going to be a door, a panel. Turn the handle, take it off, reach inside for the eggs, change all the bedding, and on the other side of the box will be their entrance. A load of seeds, sprinkled it through the boards. There you go. So all the grass is going to grow through there. Okay, so their run is 15 foot long by 10 wide, and then there's another 15 foot long beyond that, which is, this cage is 15 foot long. That's not including this. This has got to be 5 foot wide. Then you've got your 15 of the metal, and then you've got another 15 of dirt, which is going to have all plants on it. So I'm going to be growing all the way along here, all in there, and then the same on the other side, all the way down. I'm going to be trying to fit over a period of time. I'm going to be trying to grow as much, because like I say, greenery, and I got donated a blueberry bush down there. It's in a pot. Maybe that'll be good for, I don't know whether they'll eat that, but give them a go. Growing as much greenery as I can, because basically in their run area there's going to be a limit to how many worms and that they're going to be able to dig up. So I'll be subsidizing it with greenery that I'll be growing, subsidizing it again with potatoes for myself. Maybe I can trade with people on the allotment. I've only met about 4 or 5 of them so far, but during the summertime the numbers should be increasing. So there's the chance to trade. Although I've said before on my live streams, trading items is a bit of a lost art. Not many people do it, but I'll be in a position, and then whatever else I can, I'll donate some to that. If I get a crop of decent potatoes, I'll give them to that homeless thing shelter. It literally is a couple of minutes walk from my house. Actually, I actually pass it to get to here. Any road. There's not a lot else to tell you. Okay, it's coming up on 15 minutes. That's about it. Any questions, any comments, by all means throw them in. I'll be doing, when this is finished, with the outer mesh, I'll show you that as well. This is going to have mesh on this down, to block off here. There's some mesh. So I used to have this back in my old place where I used to keep those chickens years ago, and I got dismantled, and put away in a garage, and then bits and pieces went bloody missing. So we're going, bit of mesh over there, bit of mesh on the front, bit of mesh down the skirt there, buried, so when the foxes come in, they can bury and dig down and meet some mesh, and hopefully that'll put them off. And yeah, I'll keep you up to date. I'm just waffling on now. I'm just trying to just talking rubbish, waffling. But yeah, as when the next step takes place, I'll film that, and it's all good. Okay, let me know what you think. This will go into the playlist, my allotment. There'll be at the moment. There'll be this and one other video. You'll see how I put together this hugel culture down here. Take a look at that, and don't forget, hit the thumbs up, tell your pals, and stay tuned because there will be more videos to come. Thank you for watching.